would have been discarded. By the time he could stand, he was baptized in the fire of combat, taught never to retreat, never to surrender, towards a death on the battlefield, in service of Sparta, is the greatest glory he could ever achieve in his life. At age 7, as is customary in Sparta, the boy is taken away from his mother and plunged into the world of violence. Manufactured by 300 years of Spartan warrior society to create the finest soldiers the world has ever known. Agoge, as it was called, forces the boy to fight. Starvation forces them to steal. And if necessary, to kill. By rod and lash, the boy is punished, taught to show no pain, no mercy, constantly tested, tossed into the wild, left to pit his wits and wills against nature's fury. It was his initiation, his time in the wild, for he would return to his people, a Spartan or not at all. He had wandered far from Sparta, far from home. He would survive on roots and bugs and rodents. And now, he is freezing to death, cold, hungry, far from home, defenseless. The scrawny stick he had sharpened, it was nothing, a joke, a child's toy masquerading as a proper spear. He was defenseless. He was brave. Hear the low growl. A wolf! It begins to circle the boy, claws of black steel, fur as dark as the night, eyes glowing red like jewels from the pit of hell itself. The jagged wolf, sniffing, savoring the scent for the meal to come. It was not fear that grips him, only a restlessness, the heightened sense of things, the cold air in his lungs, the windswept pines moving against the coming night. Did the boy run? Did he cower? Did he cry? No! Not this boy. He showed the wolf his backside. He was calm. Not a trace of fear did he show. The wind screamed as he slipped into a narrow wood in the rock. Too late. The beast charged and howled, thrashing. Trapped, pinned by the unforgiving rock. The boy raised his stick. His hands were steady. His form perfect. And so the boy, giving up for dead, returned to his people, to sacred Sparta, a king! Our king! Leonidas! It had been 40 years since the wolf and the winter cold. Now as then, it was not fear that grips him, only a restlessness, the heightened sense of things, the rocky soil beneath his feet, the salty breeze, the snoring and shallow breathing of the 300 men at his charge, ready to die for him without a moment pause. Every one of them. Now as then, a beast approaches. Patient, confident. But this beast is made up of many horses and spears and swords. A force of men so massive, it shakes the earth with its march. The beast approaches, and it was King Leonidas himself who provoked it. "Persians, come and get some," he said. A distant horn calls, 1,000 arrows screech. The sky grows dark, a thicket rises. 100 nations descend upon us, snorting, snarling desert beasts. The armies of all Asia pledged to crush the impertinent Republic of Greece, to make slaves of the free men the world has ever known. Like an angry ocean, giving wave after wave against an unyielding cliff, they shattered upon each advance. The immortals approach, wordless, faceless, their form faultless, moving in such perfect unison that each collected step strikes the earth like a blow from the fire god's hammer. They marched. The personal guards to King Xerxes himself, the Persian war elite, the deadliest fighting force in all Asia. It had been 40 years since the wolf and the winter cold. Now as then, it was not fear that grips him, only a restlessness, the heightened sense of things. The seaborne breeze coolly kissing the sweat on his chest and neck, the steady breathing of the 300 men at his back, ready to die for him without a moment pause. Every one of them. "Slaughter them! Slaughter them!" commanded the Persian king. Leonidas' helmet was stifling. It narrowed his vision, and he must see far. His shield became heavy, threw off his balance, and his target was far away. The old ones say that we Spartans descend from Hercules himself. The bold Leonidas gives testament to our bloodline. His blow is long and loud and full of laughter. Staring death square in the eyes, he laughed. Ha 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 ha! And so our king dies, and my brothers died, barely a year ago. And now, here on the rocky ragged path of Greece called Batea, Xerxes' hordes place obliteration. Although his forces outnumber us,